What's good? It's Chigozy. It's Thursday, April 19th, 2018. April 19th is 4/19. 419, the 81st prime. So expect this type of pattern to be obeyed by the federal government today inside their propaganda. Ritual equals 81, forwards and backwards. We have this theatrical stage performer, Aaron Hernandez, ritualistically sacrificed by his employer on 419, the 81st prime last year, conveniently wearing number 81, murdered that day. See? So they did something last year. This is the big ritual for that day. So today they're going to do something, some big old ritual again, just to point that out. But this video is about more Barbara Bush propaganda. Tributes pour out in Force of a Woman, Barbara Bush. Force of a Woman sums to 63 forwards and backwards, 216-135, like the key of David. Force of a Woman, the key of David. Perfect. They literally did this on purpose to get the key of David coding inside this propaganda. And then, you wonder who does this. Updated at 8:56. Society of Jesus, 56. Plenty more with that, too. 141. Video time. What have we been talking about? Everything with the Bushes is heavily coated with Freemasonry. So, if you're at 33, you get 141. 33, number of the Scottish Rite Freemasons. So this is Larry King Live, April 23rd, 2007. That's a date with a life lesson number of 36. 54, 18 numerology, and 27. Sun, 18, 54, 27. I like to have the 36 paired with that. 360 degrees in a circle. Sun's a circular shape and all that. 34, murder, 34, she was murdered. Well, per the narrative, she could be alive, she could be, doing this of her volition, but I just used the term murdered because, they're killing these people, they're doing something, they're getting rid of them in the spotlight, but regardless. 113, number for mainstream dishonesty. And so the main thing here is they want to have some information from the 113th day of the year inside their propaganda. So they do it there. Dishonest. 113. Green screen. 113. Mainstream. 113. This is all Scottish. 113, right? Freemasonry. Scottish number right there. Giving you not true propaganda. Not true. 113. Perjury. 113. Perverted. 113. Infidelity. 113. There is many more, but you understand what 113 then means to the federal government, who goes by Baba Kamal 113A, which says the Jews can circumvent the Gentiles by lying to them in a legal setting. Laura Bush, this is another actor for the federal government. She's George Bush's wife, George W. Bush. She was the 43rd First Lady. I'm missing my mother-in-law and role model tonight. Barbara Bush was a loving mother and grandmother. The world is poorer without her in it. Rest in peace, dear Bar. I wonder what Bar sums to. 21 like Saturn, 24 reflection of 42, Saturn 42. I mean, remember, Barbara Bush, some student 93, 39, Saturn 93, 21, and again, bar 21, 12, the reflection. So you see that game? Barbara Bush, you get the whole thing, you get the 93. So Saturn sums to 93, 21, just using the alphabetical order without reversing. Reducing or you don't, right? So then you do her nickname, you get 21 in its reflection, and then you write the full name, 9339. See? Little game they played. And do you see how Laura Bush introduced us to this specific numerical game that her employers are playing with this piece of propaganda? Up to 1117. Remember, if you write out the sum of Saturn's magic square, 45, you get 117. If you write out 13, you get 117. And what's 13? 41 is the 13th prime. Who's Mr. 41? Right here. This actor, George H.W. Bush. So we're about to see a tweet from their son, tweeting some propaganda. Or not tweeting, Instagramming. Yes, George W. Bush has an Instagram, but of course, it's just propaganda software. 233 posts. Very nice. That's the 233rd post. 233, the 51st prime. The 13th Fibonacci number. Conspiracy 51, Federal 51. She was the first lady. This is a federal conspiracy. And what does that tell you? It means George W. Bush can't just tweet anyhow. Every single one of these are, Instagram. Well, he can't tweet anyhow. He can't Instagram anyhow. It's all rigid. It's all scripted. He's told to do what he's told to do. I mean, very well, he's never even logged into this account a day in his life. This guy probably doesn't even know how to use a fucking smartphone. He has aides doing it all for him. He has Zionist Jews and Jesuits, Freemasons helping him out, carrying out his script, his act. I already missed this force of a woman, the enforcer there, they keep calling her. Why force? Force. Force 47. Very number. I mean, it just makes it's so perfect. Force. Authority, 47, they're the force. You see what I'm saying? The Freemasons always about force. Masonic, 7429. Jewish, 88. NFL player J.J. Watt tweeted about Bush. Think about it. J.J. Watt, the 11s, just like how George W. Bush participated in 9/11. With the two Twin Towers falling, the two pillars of Freemasonry. And then, I'll save that for later, but wait until you'll see this. But this, tweeted at 7:58. See, J.J. Watt tweeting this piece of propaganda at 7:58. Bush equals 58. George W. Bush equals 58. Because they are just nothing else than assets of Freemasonry. 58. I don't want, United States sums to 58. There you go. I mean, it's funny that I never even show that example. It's because, think about it. It's so easy to see how the United States is Freemasonry. But yeah, I mean, if anyone new, if never seen this, yes, United States sums to 58, like Freemasonry. And 77. I mean, these like Rosicrucians. It's a Rosicrucian nation. It's a Jesuit, Catholic, Zionist Jew, Scottish Rite Nation. See, 804, the Texas Rangers posted this piece of propaganda. 804, Masonry equals 84. Zionism equals 84. Jesuit, again, we're talking about the Texas Rangers. We're talking about the Jesuit order running the world of professional sports. Jesuit equals 84. The Catholic Church equals 84. So again, Masonry, Zionism, Jesuit, and the Catholic Church all equal 84. They give you a piece of propaganda called 1984, and then you would say that 84 is not a special number to the federal government. That makes absolutely no sense. So, they have to have her with Coretta Scott King because this is race-based propaganda. They have to bring in racial things. But this right here, at 9/11, I mean, think about it. Her son participated at 9/11. He was the lead role actor for that propaganda event. Reading the book upside down and all that stuff. I mean, the guy has just mocked you for 8 years. No, longer than that. He's still mocking you now. By the numbers. So that's pretty much it. I wanted to just show this propaganda. But it doesn't end there. It doesn't end there. See, now they updated this at 10:24. 24, the reflection of 42. Remember the fast facts with her son, George W. Bush, updated at 10:42. Now the mom's updated at 10:24, the reflection. I mean, it's so obvious to see this propaganda. There's fast facts for all these actors. George H.W. Bush, updated at 7:51, Federal 51, Conspiracy 51, Freemason 51. See, before it was 10:42 in the last video. This one now 3:38. Doesn't matter. Masonic equals 38. This actor is Masonic. Yes, you have to understand. You're being deceived by nothing else than theatrical actors. I mean, it's really sad. But it's just the truth. There's nothing else. They're federal agents. They are Freemasons. They're actors. There's literally nothing else they are. Deceivers. Paid TV deceivers. Paid TV actors. Masonic with the S exception. So if you're always wondering what's this, S, the 19th letter, 1 plus 9 is 10. So reducing ones, adding them all together, you get 38. Washington, D.C. in the 38th meridian. 38th parallel, 77th meridian. Again, United States. 77, 167, the 39th prime. George W. Bush, 167, see? The 39th prime, he was the president of United States. United States, 167. No, United States, 167, 58. America, 50. Freemasonry, 67. You'll find the 13 colonies, 13 stripes in the flag. George Bush equals 160 or 62 like Mason. 163, the 38th prime number. I mean, his name sums to the 38th prime number, updating his propaganda at 338. Masonic 38. I mean, what else you need to see that this man is Masonic? He's by the numbers. Again, Freemason with that S exception we're just talking about, 51. And watch my video if you missed it. We saw yesterday George Bush, the son, updated in 10:42. So we get 5142, the two numbers for Freemason, and each of their propaganda pieces, the son and the father. But yeah, I mean, with this little extra time, we already talked about this, so I might as well talk a bit about George Bush and his dad. So we'll start with the birth numerology of George H.W. Bush. You might as well, since he's going to die soon, very well this year at 93. I mean, he could live past 93, but, You know, again, I always just say these actors, a lot of them are dying at 93, sad at 93. The Reagan's died at 93. Like, you know how the Reagans kind of died similar together and all that, and like a ritual? Like, this is going to be the same thing with the Bushes. So might as well get this information out. Well, his son's Mr. 43, the reflection of 34, Masonic 43, Jewish 34, government 52, president 52. Again, the president born a date with 52 numerology. Freemason 42. This Freemason born a date with 42 numerology. You know, born to be actors. Milton, Massachusetts. So for just the last time, we're talking about George H.W. Bush. He's the father of the cokehead in chief, this theatrical stage performer, George W. Bush. So we're talking about the dad now. When we switch to the son, I'll let you know, if we even do. Milton, Massachusetts, Sums 262. Who's from Milton, Massachusetts? George Bush, 62. This actor. You know, 118, spiritual, 251, the 54th prime. George H.W. Bush, we got to see, oh look, George H.W. Bush, sums to 51, reversing the alphabetical order and reducing. This propaganda updated at 751. 157 is also a special number to this, like the reflection is 751. You know, I don't want to dig around. It's something like this. Oh, United States, 157. See, United States, 157. President of the United States. George H.W. Bush, 51. Oh my goodness. George Herbert Walker Bush. George Herbert Walker Bush, sums to 118, like Milton, Massachusetts. Just plug them in here. Are you seeing how anyone can do this? I mean, I'm not doing anything special ever. See, Milton, Massachusetts, 118. George Herbert, I don't know why I call it Herbert. If I was French, I guess it's an excuse, but I'm not. 118, 118. Scottish Rite of Freemasonry, 127. See, Milton, Massachusetts, 251. The reshuffling, 125. George Herbert Walker Bush. I mean, this is how easy this propaganda. I mean, they put them next to each other. I mean, that's what I'm saying. The Zionist Jews make it extremely easy to do this research. This is their propaganda. Again, even him. So one of 48 photos on George H.W. Bush. Barbara Bush, also one of 48 photos, see? Remember, Freemason, sums to 48. This is Masonic propaganda. 48. We're not going to go through all these. We're literally going to do like a few more. I'd rather continue. So we can see the date numerology to get married. I think I might have done that last video, but we can do it again. Mason, 62, 26, 17. Yeah, we already saw this. President, government, White House, 52. He graduated from Yale in 1948, Freemason 48. You know, 47, 48. You know, I hope you see, the 42, 45. You know, some of these numbers I'm not going to call out, but they're all relevant. See how the timeline starts in 1943. His son, Mr. 43. Oh yeah, their oil development company. They're supposed to be the rich, wealthy businessmen with their big oil and all. That's what I'm saying. That's how people think, oh, the Bushes, they're all into this. Guys, you don't even need that part of the narrative. They don't need this. Yes, this is all true. I get it, but like, they're just a bunch of actors for the federal government. They're supposed to have the oil company. This is to deceive people, to make them think this is how they get into power, You run the oil, you get the money, you get the influence to become president. No. You're born to be Freemasons acting in this ongoing comedy sketch you're living out. That is why. It's nothing to do with their oil company. It's just a propaganda piece. So, the USS George H.W. Bush aircraft carrier is commissioned on January 10th, 2009. 11 and 29. 11, the master number, Masonic 29. It's also 101, the 26 prime, Mason 26. 22, the master builder number. Bush comes to 31. In reverse alphabetical order, H becomes 19. So 1 plus 9 is 10, reducing once, 31. We add them all together. Time 20. United States 40. USS Bush. See? It's abbreviating it with the numbers inside the date numerology. George H.W. Bush shaved his head in July 2013. What ritual was this? At 5:03 p.m. 53s are part of their number trope. He falls at his home. So this is good. This is, I can tell you right now, there'll be the numbers for death, killing, sacrifice, and this. Again, it's 157, United States 157. Falls at his home in Kennebunkport, Maine, breaking the C2 vertebrae. 32, Scottish 32, his Scottish right Freemasonic vertebrae, because that's exactly what it is. His vertebrae is Masonic. So it's not life-threatening, but look at the date numerology that piece of propaganda happened. So on 157, the 37 prime, date with 37 numerology. Okay, so no death, killing, murder numbers, but what? We get numbers for Saturn. It's a Saturnian ritual. Saturn 21, 30. It was on the 15th. If you wrote 15, you get 38. So they did nod to it there, definitely. But looking through the date numerology, you definitely see the Saturnian ritual. Freemason 48. Scottish Rite 57. So Scottish Rite Freemason and a Saturnian ritual. 22, the master builder number again. And then again, if it wasn't in the date numerology, you can then find what we're looking for, more death coding in the place it's from. Kill 28, Mason 28, Freemasonry 58, Secret Society 58, 166, Blood Sacrifice 67, Freemasonry 67, the Bavarian Illuminati 221, United States 77. It's really this simple. Blood Sacrifice 76, see? The Freemasons 68, Pillars 68. See? Secret Society numbers. It's just everything they do is the numbers for Freemasonry. And it's so much so where, I'm even expecting more death, killing, sacrificial numbers, but they just override that so much with Freemasonry numbers. Freemasonry numbers. You see, I'm showing this. I'm glad we're seeing this because you can see the different types of saturation they have. That's why I say NASA propaganda, saturated heavily with Masonic numbers. George Bush, any type of Bush flavored propaganda, heavily saturated with the numbers of Freemasonry. It was Sister Mercy in 1929. Masonic 29. It's literally the second photo. 2, number for division. See, 1945 to 48. 64. So there you have it. You notice all these pictures. This is him acting. I mean, these people are stage performers. Again, Ronald Reagan, per Wikipedia, per the whole narrative, this guy was literally in movies and films like Donald Trump. They're actors. And then they become president because they're told to do it by their Masonic employers. Well, speak of the devil, we're just talking about a bunch of Masonic, Zionist Jew, Jesuit, theatrical stage performers, TV actors. Oh my God, in 1988, he's with this attorney and actor, Donald Trump. It is undeniable. Trump, 88. I was hoping to see some date numerology in there, but I'll take the 1988. Definitely take this. I hope you're all seeing this. Why do they have a picture of all the pictures of him and Trump? Why him with this attorney and actor in 1988? Oh my goodness. And then Trump became a Democrat soon later and then a Republican later. Do you see? He's flip-flopping around, not because he's Trump. It's because he's a theatrical actor, a TV producer. I mean, it's literally what they call him. They call him in the narrative. He produces propaganda, he acts in it. He probably doesn't produce anything, he just strips acts, but you know what I mean? He's fake as hell. So we're going through the timeline. We get to 88. The first photo, so 86 here, but sacrifice 86. 88. The first 88, because the next one's also 88, but the first 88 with his actor, Donald Trump. I mean, this is undeniable. This propaganda. So by the numbers. There's like a lot of pictures from 88. That's the thing. I'm so glad they have 4 or 5 pictures from 88. Look at all these pictures from 88. 88. Jewish 88. Poison program 88. So many pictures from 88. I can't, like I said, every video there's something I can't get over. This one I can't get over how not only there's this attorney and actor, Donald Trump. Again, if you click on these Summer Saturdays Magic Square, you get nothing else than an array of Donald Trump propaganda. Oh yeah, I'm glad I can show you. This is updated at 3/11, the 64th prime, Thelema 64, this Thelemic attorney and actor. And this propaganda. On the 419, Ritual 81. Oh wait, see? One prophecy, we'll end with this, but I wanted to say, because I wasn't going to go more with the Bush thing anyway. I wanted to end on that. But the Summer Saturdays Magic Square, 88 representing time. The first photo in 1988 is Trump. I mean, I just cannot go over that. But look, 106. See this 106 video? This is perfect. It shows the context. We can all learn more of the context of this propaganda. So here we have your authority. Donald Trump's the authority per the Zionist Jew narrative you're living out. Giving you a false prophecy. 106. See? 106. So prophecy equals 106. He's literally about to give you a prophecy. This does not sound like a prophecy. Talk about what's to come.
I will be meeting with Kim Jong-un in the coming weeks to discuss the denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula. Hopefully that meeting will be a great success, and we're looking forward to it. It would be a tremendous thing for North Korea and a tremendous thing for the world. So we will be doing everything possible to make it a worldwide success, not just for the United States or South Korea or North Korea or Japan, but for the entire world. It's a historic moment, and possibly beyond that if it works out properly. Our discussions today reaffirm the close cooperation between the United States and Japan on the issue of North Korea and our common defense. We will not repeat the mistakes of previous administrations. Our campaign of maximum pressure will continue until North Korea denuclearizes.
You know, it's no coincidence that Mr. 45's propaganda, the Saturnian actor, ending at 6:21, 621, the reflection of 126. For 45, you get 126 and 45. Saturn 21, the Saturnian actor, Donald Trump, the Thelemic actor, Thelema all about the number 93, down to number 93, Thelema 64. I mean, we've seen Donald Trump, Thelema hood. I mean, they have Make America Great Again hat wearing people with Thelema hoodies on. I mean, I'm not making this up that Donald Trump's a Thelemic actor. I mean, they've given us the propaganda to prove that, so you know, you can't argue that point. Not at all. Former President George H.W. Bush in fair condition, updated at 844, kill 44. See? Fair condition, 137, the 33rd prime, 74, Masonic 74. Fair condition, 79, the 22nd prime, the master builder number. Remember, he was in some propaganda events on 20 dates with 22 numerology, remember? He was in the hospital that day. So there you have it. Masonic propaganda by the numbers. The Bushes are just actors. Today is 419. You know, death 25, murder 34. A murder ritual. You know, 61 coded on a lot of those things too. 41 the 13th prime. I mean, if Mr. 41, George H.W. Bush dies today at 93, you know, I still think they're going to give him a bit more time, but just if in case he does, you know, you kind of heard it from here. Might as well do today to his upcoming birthday and just see how many days today is from his birthday. June 12th. You know, born 1-2/6, 126, you're up 45, you get 126. We've been talking about this the whole time with him. He's that ritual. So, you know, it's 54 days from his upcoming birthday. It's a span of 55, sacrifice 55, blood sacrifice 76. But not many numbers for Freemasonry in this. You know, I would expect maybe 33 days before his upcoming birthday, a span of 34. So you get the murder 34, you get the 33. This is just Sun 54. But it could be the sun part, the sun portion of the Saturnian ritual, just like Barbara Bush, 93, dying with all the 39s. She died when this actor, George H.W. Bush, was 93 years old and 309 days. 93, 309, you know, that's how old he was, 93, 309 with the days. Thank you, Derek, for pointing out in the video that he made. And thank you to Tanster for sharing that on his website, because that's how I even saw it. So, you know, it's all about putting this knowledge out. So yeah, there's a possibility George H.W. Bush will die today, but I think there could be a slightly better day, better numerology. Masonic 29, 109 to 29th prime. But again, I've seen better, that's all I can say. Peace out.